Hey guys, what's going on? I have been trading for quite a few years now. And something that I've learned in this market is that even though I know not every trade will win, there are some trades that will kind of piss you off. Not that you're going to go against your rules, but sometimes you can trade against yourself. And that's something that I ended up doing. Now, while this week has been a really decent week, I'm going to share my wins, trades that I observed but did not execute and why I didn't execute those. I'm also going to go over a pair that I kind of went against myself on and kind of got me in my emotions a little bit. So, let's go over the good for right now. Let's go over Ethereum. So I published this ideal here on TradingView. You guys can see here my username is Chanel17 if you wanted to follow me. So I publish ideals from time to time, basically what I feel about a pair, why I feel about a pair, just really something quick, simple, and short. My targets, stuff like that. So I published this here August 9th. Today we're at August 11th, and I was saying, hey, if price could stay above 144s, this could be a really good time to take the buy. So I executed the trade yesterday morning at 5 o'clock a.m. Here on this rejection candlestick hammer, and my target was up to the negative 27. My risk to reward was a 1.28. Now I didn't take it back up to the previous highs here at 1818s because I just felt like I would not have had a really decent risk to reward, and I'm understanding where we are in the market. Like cryptos are going back bullish for right now. I'm not saying that they're overall bullish right now. What I'm saying is at this moment is showing bullish pushes. And so this was a trade that I was able to take. And if you guys wanted to go and read the ideal after you follow me, you can here on TradingView. Another trade ideal that I took, that I shared with my clients on Sunday, this past Sunday, was a cat switch trade that I was interested in. So let me go over the full analysis with you guys so y'all can read this chart with me. One of the things that I ask myself, even when I'm teaching, is how can I make chart reading easier, right? A lot of times, sometimes I believe in, especially in the beginning of a trading career, we complicate the chart. My job isn't to say, hey, if you take these trades, you'll win. It's just to say, hey, let me help you see it easier. So when you win, you can locate you can pinpoint why you won the trade. If you lost, you can easily pinpoint why you lost the trade so that you can recover in the next position, right? That's the point. So this position here, and as you guys know, I'm a trend trader and I'm a swing trader. So I've been working with the 12-hour time frame a lot lately or this past week or so, because I just got tired of being on the 4 hour, tired of feeling like I gotta come to my charts every 4 hours when I may not even be able to come to my chart. I'm wanting a really simple, more simple schedule instead of a complex schedule, even though most of the times all I gotta do is just show up to the daily time frame to enter. But the thing about it is, I'm not going to have a trade every day, right? But I wanted something to give me an easier schedule because I'm up in the mornings anyway. So how can I come to my chart at 5 a.m. and hold the trade for a few days to maybe a week without feeling overburdened, without feeling like I got to drop down to the lower time frames? Once again, it's finding the easiness of a trade. So anyway, price was here at 0.75274, and then it declined to 0.73757. As you guys can see, price came back into my estimation zone. This is where I wanted to pinpoint my next entry based on the daily time frame. And it gave this beautiful rejection candlestick hammer, which I did not enter on. Okay, so I wasn't in the trade at this point. So I told my clients, I said, hey, you know what? If price can come back into my 12-hour estimation zone based on the daily time frame where I could have entered the trade, then I'm going to take a sell. So here comes 5 o'clock a.m., August 7th, and I was able to enter the trade going down to my Fibonacci negative 27. My stops was just right here above that high where I would have entered the original position, and I got a 1-to-1 risk to reward out of the position. And I got out of the trade yesterday, 5 o'clock p.m. Okay, so this was a really decent trade, not too much pullback. So, yeah, this was a really nice trade to take. So, risk 80 pips to gain 88 pips, right? So, that part there. The next trade that I was able to take was another Euro Swiss pair. Now, I took 2 sales on Euro Swiss, and there was also another one that I could have taken. I'm going to add this to my observed watch list because I did observe it. I just didn't take it. So I'll go over that one with you guys as well. So here's Euro Swiss. Now, once again, trend trading. I take the same setups every time. I teach the same setups every time. I don't have a plethora of that's my southernness coming out, my country coming out. I don't have a plethora of different types of trades I take. I'm not a pattern trader. I don't use trend lines or any of that like I used to in the past. Just I like a clean chart. I want to know what I'm seeing in the trend. I want to follow current price action. I want to be able to see the reversals, right? That's what I want to see. So price made a new low here. This is our last lower low, and I want to see if price could stay below the lower high here at 0.98057. So I entered the trade on this candlestick right here, August 7th. Once again, this is at 5 o'clock in the morning. And so you guys can see that I stated why I entered the position. Price action is really my last rule. I just need one of my price action candlesticks to say, hey, you should buy or hey, you should sell. Pretty much it. After that, there's something that I can control after that. So I entered a trade. I took the trade that just down to the low in 1.77 risk to reward. Risk 38 pips to gain 67 pips. Last trade was Euro New Zealand dollar. So this one was a good trade to take as well. As you guys also know, if you watched my previous videos, I've been holding Euro New Zealand dollar. So I'm up now well over 500 pips on a swing trade position. All right. So I've been holding this for probably now over a month now, if not longer. So this was a really good quick trade to get into as well. And actually, one of my students who she and I trade together from time to time, she actually called this ideal out for me, which is going to lead into the trade that I lost. Not the one that she called, but one that I changed my mind on because of this reason right here. So, Euro New Zealand dollar is in a downtrend, right? And it's making lower lows and lower highs here on the 12-hour time frame, as you guys can see. And so this was a sale that we were able to take. Now she took it on the 4-hour. I have mine on the 12-hour. Okay. And so we were able to take the trade back down to the low for 1.21 risk to reward, back down further for a 1.81 risk to reward. And as you guys can see, both targets were reached. So as we're selling Euro New Zealand dollar, I was in an original buy position on New Zealand dollar. I'm going to take you guys there now. I was in my original buy position because I trade correlations. Yeah, I'm a firm believer that if you trade a correlation where one pair goes up and the other goes down, you should never trade those pairs the same direction. And I even, I spoke to her about it and I said, hey, you know what? I don't think I should be selling New Zealand dollar because my original position was a buy. But this is what made me change my mind. So I'm gonna go to the daily time frame so you guys can rock with me on this one. As you guys can see, price had a higher high, higher low, higher high situation. My buy was in this area to take price up past this previous high so I can have a decent risk to reward. Going back down to the daily time frame so you guys can see where I entered the trade, which is around here. My risk to reward was a 1.56, risking 79 pips to gain 124 pips. That's the original position. I got out a little bit in profit around this area because what I saw happening on the 12-hour time frame, and this was my mistake, and I hate making this mistake, was I looked at this as a higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low situation. When it comes to time frames, I believe you should have a time frame that dictates where the price is going. And you trade based on that higher time frame, not based on what the lower time frame is telling you to do, because the lower time frame has more false breakouts. And I hate the word breakout because I don't have anything to break, but as my friend says, pump fakes. Okay, it's more false pump fakes, and that was what this was here, which is why I was in my original buy position. But I ended up getting to a sell. But I did let her know I felt uneasy. So I'm going to sell on these two. One of these isn't going to make it. But I was more in the strong position of Euro New Zealand dollar going down than up because I've been holding that trade for a while as well. But I ended up losing this position. And then after seeing CPI data come out yesterday, and I was like, whoa. Look how Euro USD pushed. Look how all these other pairs push. USD Swiss drop. Now we're going to go to the ones that I observed that would have been winners. Okay. So let's go to USD Swiss first. This is falling in line with CAD Swiss and Euro Swiss. Those three pairs all dropped. CAD Swiss, Euro Swiss, USD Swiss. You guys can see here on the 12-hour time frame, and I'm going to add another price note tool here. On the 12-hour time frame, price had a lower low, lower high, lower low, and it was able to stay below the lower high. And I was watching this. And this would have been a really beautiful sale. I didn't take it because of what was going on the daily time frame. I was hoping price could push back up a little bit more, but it did not. But that's fine, because now I'm able to do not redo the analysis, but update the analysis to say if price pulls back to my estimation zone to see if it can stay below 0.96516, I can take the next position. So that's fine, because I caught CAD Swiss, Euro Swiss. I don't need to be greedy at this point, but I don't want to miss my opportunities. Gold is a pair that I don't trade, but I did give this analysis out to my clients on Sunday. And it's not that I don't trade it, I just don't like the way it moves sometimes. But price made a higher high here at on August 4th, and it was able to pull back to stay above 1754s, and it made a new high. And so this was a really good trade. This was a really good trade. And I was going over this. We were talking about Richard Dennis yesterday, and I was supposed to go over this to talk about his philosophies with how he trades. If you guys don't know who Richard Dennis is, he was a very famous commodity trader. You guys should look him up because he talks about buying on breakouts, because you don't know if there's going to be evidence of a pullback. But he was really great. His trading career didn't end on a high note, but he was really good at teaching. So you guys should go read up on him. US 30 was one that I was in a sale and I wanted to hedge this position because I was very bearish US 30 because we've been dropping. However, I always know that reversals happen, and reversals happen, especially on US 30. That's positive news for stocks, okay? Because I sometimes invest in stocks as well, and I'm going to probably start back investing in stocks since this has happened, but we'll see what happens first. So, on US 30 made it had a high, it had a higher low, and then a higher high right here. And on this candlestick, I wanted to buy, but at the time where I was on the chart, price hadn't closed yet. There was one more hour until price closed. It closed at 6 o'clock a.m. As you guys can see here, it says 1800s. That says 6 o'clock p.m., but that's when the candlestick opens. So for me, I needed to wait until 6 o'clock a.m., which at that time, I'm getting my children ready to go to camp. So I'm not even on my price chart. And at the time, I didn't have a one-to-one at all. So I would have had to have traded past the previous high, but not my chart, so I couldn't take the position. But this would have been a great hedger against my sale to put me up. But that's fine. Last one here being Euro USD. So going in line with Euro New Zealand dollar sell, New Zealand dollar buy, New Zealand dollar and Euro USD, they don't move 100% the same, but because they're both majors, they do move similar. Okay. So I was bullish on this pair. One of my clients, he called to buy on this pair on Sunday as well. And here's the full breakdown and analysis. Higher high, higher low, higher high. Price pulled back into our first estimation zone, and we would have bought back up to the highs. Now he did end up buying this. I did not end up buying this because I was already thinking about the other pairs, but I won't make that mistake. I'm really starting to get into don't get tired of opportunities. Never get tired of opportunities. Everyone trades differently. Some people trade one pair, some people trade five, some people trade 10. I think if you could keep up with it, especially being on higher time frames where we don't have as many opportunities as day traders, you learn to balance yourself. Some weeks are going to be losers because you might overtrade. But one thing I am into is numbers. And what I teach is on one pair, when the trend is right, you should have 1 to 2 good setups that week. That's it. If it allows you to have a good setup the next week, that's it. If it doesn't allow you to have it the week after that, you don't trade that pair. So we don't want to overtrade on one pair every single week and look for 5 to 10 opportunities if we're swinging this. Okay. So that's it, you guys. I didn't like the trade result of New Zealand dollar. I'm not going to lie. I hated that result because I was right and I went against myself. But it taught me a valuable lesson. My first thought is always right. So I pray you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going live later on today with Sydney. We'll see first. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next video. You guys be blessed.